Hey, welcome back. Today, I want to talk about how I made these symbols for my latest rendering. This is kind of a follow-up to a video I did about a year ago, talking about how to convert an image to a 3D model for 3D printing. But since then, I found an easier way that only involves using 2 programs instead of 3, and I'm also including some tips and tricks to decrease your poly count and optimize your model. So, let's get into it. So these symbols were just JPEG images that I found while doing an image search for Mayan Aztec symbols, which I then converted to vector objects using a program called Inkscape. And then I imported the vector objects into Blender and turned them into 3D models. Now, if you don't know what Inkscape is, it's a free vector graphics editing program that allows you to do things like converting raster images into vector objects. I'll leave a link to the website in the description below if you want to check it out. Okay, here I have Inkscape open and my browser window with all the images I saved. So I'm going to grab one and drag and drop it into the program, and you'll get this little image import dialog with some options. I always pick the Smooth Optimize option and click OK. And now if I zoom in, you can see that the edges are really fuzzy and not very well defined at all. So I need to convert this image into a vector object. And to do that, I'll click on the image to select it, then go to the Path menu and click Trace Bitmap. And now you should be able to see the image in this window over here. But since this is a yellow sun on a white background, it's not showing up. So I just need to move this threshold slider over until it starts to appear and turns completely solid black. And for this image, I think it looks pretty good at about 0.65. And I want the black parts to extrude in Blender, so I don't need to adjust any other settings. But if I wanted to, I could click this Invert option, and that will invert the black and white in case you wanted the sun to be recessed, like an engraving or a stencil or something like that. But I want the sun to extrude out, so I'll uncheck this option and click Apply. And now I can select the original image and delete it. And if I zoom in, you can see that I now have a really clean, well-defined edge. So I'll come up to the File menu, save a copy, and I'll choose Plain SVG and click Save. Okay, now I have Blender open, so I'll go to the File menu, Import, and choose Scalable Vector Graphics. And here's my imported SVG file. It's a little small, so I'll select it, right-click, and set Origin to Geometry. Then I'll scale it up a little bit to about 4. And then hit Ctrl A and apply scale. Then I'll hit Shift S and choose Selection to Cursor, and that will move the object to the origin. Now it currently has a black material applied to it, so I'll go to the Material Properties and delete it. And now I'll go to the Object Data Properties, open up the Geometry section, and set the extrude amount to 0.002 to give it some thickness. And now I'd like to know what my triangle count is, so I'll come up here to the Overlays button and turn on Statistics. And I'll turn on Wireframe also. So now you can see what the topology is looking like. And over here, you can see that my triangle count is currently at 31,084. And I'm not a big fan of these long triangles, but this model isn't going to be animated, so it should be fine. Now I don't want these sharp edges, so I'll go back to the Object Properties and come down here to the Bevel section and set the depth to a very small amount, like 0.0002. And that will put a nice little fillet on the edges. But if I check my statistics, my triangle count has shot up to 187,204. So I'll go back to the object properties and set the bevel resolution to 3. And that will bring my triangle count down a little to 155,980, which is okay for now. Next, I'm going to inspect the model. And you can see right here I have this kink. You can fix things like this by switching to edit mode and manipulating these handles to smooth it out. And now I'll turn wireframe display off and check out the rest of the model. And you can see there are a few more kinks here and there, but I'm not going to spend time fixing all of them. It's the same process that I just showed. What I'm looking for now is the overall smoothness of the model, especially on these long curved sides and around these corners and ends. If you don't have enough resolution, these areas will look blocky. But this model is looking pretty good. But if I come over here and change the resolution amount to 2, you can see how the model starts to look really blocky. So the default setting is 12, and like I said, this looks fine for this model. But for some of my other models, I had to bump this up to 16 or even 20 to smooth them out. But you want to keep an eye on your statistics because each increase in resolution is going to drive up your triangle count. So I think this is looking good enough for now. My triangle count is still a little high, but I can remove all the polygons that I don't need on the backside after I convert this to a mesh. So once you're happy with the model, switch back to object mode, right-click, and convert to mesh. And now, like I said, I can lower the triangle count by removing all these faces on the back side. So I'll switch to edit mode, face selection, and hit 3 on the number pad to switch to a side view. Then I'll hit Alt-Z to switch to X-ray mode, and window select all these faces on the bottom, and then hit X and delete faces. And now my triangle count is 85,796, which is much better. So I'll hit Alt-Z to get out of X-ray mode, switch back to object mode, and there you go, a 3D model from an image. And here's the final rendering with plants and trees added, using the Polygonic Botanic add-on, which you can find on the Blender Marketplace. I use the light version, and I'll put a link in the description. Okay, that's about it for this one. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and post them below. And as always, if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.